Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint Germain family. In today's video, I'm just gonna discuss ever since the Auxerre game, pretty much. So Auxerre game, Salzburg game, Lyon game, Monaco game, and obviously yesterday's game versus Arsenal. I think Paris Saint Germain are back. Are we back to where I want us to be, where I expect us to be? The pinnacle? Absolutely no. But I think this is the perfect time to take those early steps because soon the tough period will come into the season. I think the months of January and February will be very tough. We have the two last remaining games in the UCL group stage. The Coupe de France kicks off. We have the Trophée du Champion, important league games, to improve that cushion we have at the top of the Liga and Summit. And then obviously we will play the round of 32 games as well, if we make it, which I believe we will do. And this is the perfect time to take those steps. I'm very happy that our players complained. I'm very happy that our players told Luis Enrique exactly how we as fans feel when we watch the games. I mean, they played the game, so it must be 10 times worse playing the way Lucha wants them to play. So I'm very happy that, obviously, we're still a system side. We're still playing Lucha ball and all of that. But he's eased it, which has made a lot of the players, feel happier and the team improve. I mean, we've beaten Monaco. That's a tough game. We've beaten Lyon. That's a tough game. We beat Salzburg. I mean, Salzburg are not tough opponent, but because of, the situation where we're at in the league, in the Champions League table, it was some of a tough game. And obviously, Arsenal, that was an extremely tough game. And all of these in the span of pretty much 2 weeks. So huge props to all the players, huge prop to Lucho for, that we won these games. I was very happy with Lucho in these games, the starting lineup, the substitutions. He's really making more correct decisions, and the players are, benefiting from that. We're seeing Ousmane Dembélé scoring goals once again. We're seeing Desiree Doué have his best time of his life. We're seeing Gonçalo Ramos come back very strongly. So I'm very happy about this recent period. I don't want to overrate it too much because, as I said, I still think we are a bit far off where I expect us to be, where we should be, especially if we want to compete and win the UCL and the Club World Cup and go unbeaten in the league and win the Trophée du Champion and win the Coupe de France. But it's a great period to be this good. It's great that we ended the calendar year of 2024 like this, having the 10-point cushion at the top of the league, getting another victory in the UCL, and obviously beating Arsenal away and moving on to the round of 32 in the Coupe de France, where we're going to sit to face like a team from the 4th tier. So at the moment, the vibe is good. The players feel happy. I'm seeing everyone smile. Obviously, Lucho, he started to get rid of some players. Asensio hasn't been in the squad. Colomani now, Skriniar now. We're seeing Fabian's minutes very limited. So Luis Enrique is definitely making his say and his opinion very clear on who he wants at Paris Saint Germain and who he expects to do much better. I think Gonçalo not starting in some games. He's putting question marks on him. Barcola's not starting in some games. Lucha's putting question marks on him. And I love that. I love that because that's what a player that is bad needs. He needs encouragement from the manager, but he also needs critique and punishment to show that, look, this is Paris Saint Germain. We have a very high standard at this club, and if you can't perform to the level we expect you're not going to start. You will get minutes off the bench to show your motivation, to show your hunger, but you will not start games. And I think that's a very great message from Luis Enrique. January transfer window is obviously coming up. We need to strengthen the squad. That is very clear. I'm happy that Luis Enrique, Luis Campos, and Nasser Khalifa are all fully aware with that. Still a big question mark who we're going to sign, how much are we going to spend, how many different players are we going to sign, but we're definitely going to do something. So the team is going to get improved for the latter end of the season. But as I said, these games, I've enjoyed them more. It's still a lot of Lucha ball, Lucha possession, U-shape, but it's less than before, and it's more individual ability, individual freedom, and we just have to continue how we're playing. And I think the mentality I saw in Monaco away, coming back from that game, a stadium where we haven't won, I think, in the previous 3-4 years, the mentality we had versus Arsenal, it was beautiful. Sometimes maybe the performance isn't that good, but I can see the mentality. I can see the hunger. I can see the willingness to want and maybe even like these challenges. It's like they liked being tested. It's like they like being challenged because then when they beat them, they can be like, yeah, we overcame this big challenge. We overcame this big step. And playing Arsenal away, playing Lyon and then Monaco away in a span of barely a week, and us winning all three, that's such a huge accomplishment, and I don't want anyone to take anything away from it. We conceded 2 versus Monaco, we conceded 1 versus Arsenal, and only 1 on penalties, but at the end of the day, it's 3 victories, and it's 3, performances where we were the clear better side, just the opponent made it very tough for us to win the game. And yeah, I couldn't be happier. I couldn't be happier. I said, I think this is the perfect time to start, getting back into form. We will start off, the second part of the season with the Trophée du Champion final against Monaco in Doha. That's another tough game, and we can win the trophy. There are some newcomers in Pacho, Safanov, Desiree Doué, and Joao Neves who will get their first PSG trophy. So that's another thing that will improve the chemistry, improve the cohesion in the team. And then it's tough games. It's one game there, one game there. We have Saint-Etienne, Arsenal, obviously the Coupe de France game, and then it's City. And I think despite City being bad, City are City. If we manage to beat City and have a great performance at the Parc, which puts us, 100% through to the knockout stages, it will be a great thing. It will be a beautiful thing for the players. It will be a beautiful thing for Luis Enrique with everything we've struggled this season. And I said, all the struggling and everything that's happened will be put behind. And is put behind. All of that will be forgotten. I criticized. I slandered. I said what I had to say when we were bad. But that's put behind us now. If we can move forward, if we can start performing, if we can, beat City, if we can manage to go into the knockout stages, all of that will just be put in the past because it really doesn't matter. We can win the UCL despite being very shit in the group stage. That has happened many times before. But I said, the improvement comes in a perfect time. There's a lot of tough competition, especially in the attack. Kangili, Gonçalo, Doué, all knocking on the door of Dembele, Barcola. I mean, Asensio hasn't been in the lineup for a while. Kolomani is set to be sold. So there's a lot of tough competition. I would love actually to see a midfielder, even though we have not been linked with one. I would like to see a midfielder come to Paris Saint Germain because I'm happy with Vitinha Neves this season, but I think that third one, Fabian and Warren, just hasn't been good enough. So you either try Kangeli or buy someone else. But to finish this off, Paris Saint Germain are back. We are back. I mean, we were not this good before. We did not look this overpowering before over oppositions. But as I said, there's still a lot of improvement defensively in the midfield and in the attack. And that will continue to come. I said, there's still some individual players. I expect more of Barcola, Dembele, Vitinha, Donnarumma, Marquinhos, Warren, Fabian. But I think the more we go on, and as I said, the main picture from Luis Enrique, he's showing the players he needs and expects more of. He's showing them clearly that he's unhappy with their performances. And that's exactly what they need. Just a simple, direct message, no unpredictability. Tell them exactly how you feel. And they will hopefully look themselves in the mirror and be like, you know what? I have to step up. It just hasn't been good enough. Because sometimes a person can't tell himself that, but when another person puts him in that situation, he can finally be fully aware and honest with himself. But let's see how we come back after the winter break. It will be a great break for myself, for you guys, PSG fans, and obviously for the PSG players and Luis Enrique. Now, it's time for Luis Campos and Nasser Khalifi to do what they have to do, which is having a great January transfer window, which I expect from them. That's been it from my boy PSG. Hopefully, guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you believe Paris Saint Germain are back, or are we all on our steps to be back? That's been it from my boy PSG. Hopefully, guys have enjoyed this video. And as usual, allez, allez, allez Paris.